Okay.
We welcome you to the 22nd Annual St. John's Festival as Helpmekaar is on the attack. And they brought down 5 yards from the try line as the forwards thunder in. Helpmekaar playing in the brown. And the pass goes over the player. Out to the number 23 of Helpmekaar. And starting at a frenetic pace this game's against the neighbours from Zimbabwe, St. John's Harare, is Helpmekaar. Playing from left to right on your screens. As the Helpies thunder in, they're about 10 yards from the St. John's try line. Quick ball to the left.
Big
and there's a huge overlap there. Quick hands. And Tyrone, this game started at a frenetic pace. And we just mentioned Tommy van Tonder before the game, and unfortunate first touch there. But he's a quality player, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Looking forward to watching the Helpies boys display their skills today at this 22nd St. John's Fest. Crazy start to the game. St. John's Harare did well to keep them out there. I thought the Helpies boys were going to get over the line, and from what I've heard this year, first 20 minutes, Helpies go in 6th gear.
Helpies obviously coming off a great 2016 season as well, Tyrone, where they won 16 out of their 19 games. And apparently this group has been unbeaten since their under 14 days at home. Unfortunately lost that record about 4 weeks ago against Affies at home, when they lost out 31-19. But that was, of course, without their inspirational captain, Snyman, who played for the SA Academy side last year. So we'll look forward to seeing him in action as well.
Yes, and I got to witness these boys firsthand a couple of weeks ago against JP High School for boys. And unfortunately for myself, being a JPL boy, Helpies ran through us actually that day. And that Mark Snyman was just unbelievable. He was like a man against boys. He really was unbelievable.
Yeah, and like I said, probably the front runner to wear the number 6 jumper later this year for the SA school side. I know it's very early in the season to make those predictions, but coming off a great season last year.
Yeah, I think he just wants to get his Craven Week berth for now, and then SA school should take care of itself.
And interesting times here in the scrum as the referee calls for a reset. St. John's Harare obviously on the defense here, and they would like to get out of their own 22. Got an opportunity when Helpmekaar unfortunately knocked the ball 5 yards from the St. John's Harare try line. And players to watch out on the St. John's Harare side, Desmond Annandale, the tight head prop, weighing in at 100 kgs. And let's have a look at what happens to Desmond Annandale in this scrum. Helpies on the attack, 5 yards from St. John's try line.
St. John's have got a massive pack as well, Johan. It's amazing to see the size of these schoolboys.
Incredible as we see the feed. Scrum goes down again and penalty to St. John's. Great opportunity for St. John's to get out of their own territory, and the boys from Harare, from their neighbouring Zimbabwe, looking to exit their own territory.
If you look, it's just that I think Helpies were just a little bit impatient there. You know, they're so used to having the ball, wanting the ball, that they just try to get that tight head too early on. Weren't patient enough to, where was St. John's Harare going to kick the ball? 10 metres out, and then Helpies would have had the ball. So St. John's have got the ball now, and let's see if Helpies can compete in this first line-out.
The key word in these conditions, Tyrone, as well, is patience. Exactly. We've got wet and soggy conditions here in Johannesburg, and patience will be the key. Perhaps the players need to be a little bit closer to each other as well in the backs.
Definitely.
And the pass is a little bit shorter. Great
Lovely line-out. Decent sack. It seems like they got the sack.
And the Helpies defence lying flat. Great hit there by the number 12.
David McCaw, playing 10 for St. John's Harare, seems to know what he's doing. We will find out over the next 10 minutes.
The second penalty in 2 minutes given away here by Helpies, and that's something they need to look at once again. Coming back to these wet and soggy conditions, one needs discipline and patience.
And I think it's also, listen, I don't mean to speak out of turn here, but it's a little bit of lack of respect for St. John's Harare, thinking that they're just going to run in 50 points here. I know Helpies do start like a house on fire, but when you're coming up against the big boys, especially later on this season, discipline is going to be key. It's going to be tight. You can't be giving away silly penalties like that.
Great clearance by Essen, the fullback for St. John's Harare, and the third line out, and the first two was great wins for St. John's in the line out. Let's see what they can do here. A lot of shuffling in the line out, and the number stolen by the number 4 of Helpies, and a great steal
set up the drive.
Helpies on the drive. This is obviously so difficult to stop as they peel around on the blind. Helpies need a quick ball,
Coming
yeah.
up to the halfway line.
Westhuizen with a long ball. Wiggling out of some tackles and then loses the ball
knocks it
forward.
on.
Here's a chance on the counter attack for St. John's.
Oh, it's gone backwards.
It's backwards.
Big pressure.
The call by the referee.
Dylan Brain gets it out. Big
Great
carry.
angle run. Great angle running there by the...
Looks for the offload. I don't think it's the time. Here we go. Space out wide.
It's Janssen van Vuren on the big run. Great
Inside.
offload in the tackle by Helpies as they spill the ball forward again, 10 yards from the St. John's try line. Time to recover here for St. John's. As the scrum half takes it on himself to clear.
Oh,
Great
bad
clearance
positioning.
kick. And opportunity for Helpies to counter.
Francois Skoltz with the ball, number 22. Giving it off to Ben Clark. Out to number 23 here. Tommy van Tonde getting the ball now. Big run by Tommy.
Looks like a solidly built player as well, Tommy van Tonde.
Massive.
And
a bit lazy here by Helpies. Good carry here by Francois Skoltz. Looking for the offload. Doesn't seem like the boys are understanding about the conditions, and I see the director of Helpmekaar's rugby, Mr. Forget his surname, but I know his first name is Eugene. He's underneath me, losing his mind at the moment.
But like we suggested, it's just a question of keeping patience for Helpmekaar. They seem to have the upper hand quite comfortably over this Harare side, and at this stage, it's just a lack of patience costing them dearly.
It's amazing, Jan. I don't think either of the sides have gone through 4 phases, and it's the typical situation of first 10 minutes at your festival. Everybody trying to feed each other out. Sometimes the egos are getting ahead of themselves. You know, they want to be the hero first 10 minutes. But I think, like you say, when they settle down and a bit of patience, we're going to see the difference between the two sides.
As we've got the scrum of Dylan Brain feeding for St. John's Harare.
Massive scrum by Helpmekaar. Ben Clark picks it up at the back.
Turnover ball for Helpies as they look to spread this.
Great
wide
ball.
pass. Lots of space on the outside now. They just need to go through their hands.
Brandon Kiwi.
Kiwi for the corner. He's still going.
They're holding him up, looking for the holder for the maul. St.
And
John's
needs to get
Harare
knees
seems
to
to have
ground
held him
there
up.
for a tackle ball. As soon as he gets his knees to the ground, it'll be called a tackle ball.
No, they seem to have ripped it and tackled
a
over the dead
great
ball line.
defense once again by St. John's Harare.
Seem to be showing a lot of heart, Johan.
They are. They definitely are. They're a bit under the cosh here, Tyron, but still keeping Helpies out at this stage.
Massive.
And with a scrum that a couple of minutes ago that was happening here, it's amazing to see the size and the conditioning of these schoolboys. Players looking like we used to see the under-20 sides, you know, looking like this.
Definitely.
And from a younger and younger age, these boys are turning into men. And rugby at school level obviously has become so professional, so
Sure.
it's needed to be like that.
Unbelievable. If you look at first division rugby in South Africa and you compare it to high school rugby in South Africa, some of the top all boys schools or some of the top boys schools or rugby schools in general, because you can't say Monument and Paarl being co-ed schools are poor.
No, for sure. And the conditioning obviously plays a huge role, Tyron. These guys are
Massive,
playing 20 to 25 games a season. If you look at a school like Boys Eye, that's been the top school in the country the past couple of years. They've literally 4 days ago came back from New Zealand, and they're playing their first game at the festival this afternoon.
Amazing.
So conditioning playing a very, very important role.
Yeah, and I think they just lost their unbeaten streak over there against Christchurch Boys School.
They lost 38-36 in the final match of the tour.
Christchurch penalty or something.
Yeah, Christchurch Boys Eye, one of the top schools in New Zealand, along with Auckland Grammar, producing the most All Blacks in New Zealand. So a proper game, and also it was their last match on the tour, you know, and I think it was a 5 games in 8 days sort of thing.
They like to test their boys down there in Paul.
So I spoke to the 98 captain of Boys Eye, old Charles Eyster-Fourie, a couple of days ago, and he mentioned that if they had to lose, let's lose outside of the country.
Exactly.
And as we've got Vivier feeding the scrum here.
Vivier feeding the scrum for Helpies. Helpies on the attack. My money's saying Helpies are going to score here. Going blind.
Pick up on the 8, and they're going on the blind side. It's the same Snyman with a drive for the line.
Viviers gets it out.
And Vivier goes on his
by
own and he's
himself.
over. It looks like Friedrich van der Venter, the number 21 that just went over there. And beautiful work by Helpies, and 5 points to 0.
I think it might have been Vivier's going by himself. He threw us all a dummy there.
Was it Vivier?
It might have been the number 9.
Over himself. Beautiful
actually,
play.
yeah, number 21 actually. Hold on, let's have a look there. Yeah, you're right.
Friedrich van der Venter with the first try of the St. John's
Too quick for me,
Festival
Jan.
2017, and Helpmekaar takes the lead against St. John's Harare by 5 points to 0 with a conversion to come.
And now I think it's very key to look at the body language of the schoolboys. You know, this time of the game, once the guys have conceded their first try, especially holding Helpies out for the first 10 minutes, because it could have come a lot sooner. Now you got to see how St. John's Harare respond, because I think it's imperative that they score next. Otherwise, knowing these Helpies boys, the floodgates could open.
And we've got the conversion coming. Strike looks pure. And the flags are raised. Wonderful kick.
Quality. The southpaw
And,
kicks it over.
7 points plays 0 here at St. John's Festival
Tristan
2017.
Oosthuizen with the left boot.
Helpies from Johannesburg getting one up on the neighbours from Zimbabwe. St. John's Harare then trailing by 7 points to 0 against Helpmekaar from Johannesburg.
David McCaw kicking off for St. John's at the moment, going for the short side. Short kick straight to number 12.
Well taken here by Helpies, and already on the attack again. Player's got to release that ball, and he does brilliantly.
Great cleaning. Tommy van Tonde at the back of the rack here, leaving it for
Van der
Friedrich van der Venter.
Out. Helpies is surprising me with the way that they're playing the ball wide in these conditions, but it's obviously working. And just as I say that, it's the commentator's curse.
Oh, the referee seems to have missed it. Helpies still got the ball.
Again.
Great dummy. Tristan Oosthuizen through the hole, looking for the inside ball. Passes outside. Go to ground. Keep it simple.
Quick ball needed now on the right hand side. Huge overlap as Oosthuizen
coughs it up.
Coughs it up the ball. And St. John's Harare can regroup.
Look to the counter attack here. Get the ball out. Let's see if we can have a counter.
I think they just want to get out of the 22 here.
Definitely.
I'd expect them to kick the ball out.
Oh,
but no, they are going on the counter.
Big overlap.
Beautiful pass out wide.
2-on-1 out the corner here. One more. Go, boy. Go, boy. Oh, he's still going.
He's still going. Yes, some pace. Puts on the afterburners.
All the way. Go, boy.
Under the post.
Get it. Spit that. Well done.
Beautiful try. 5 yards. This movement started 5 yards from their own try line. Absolutely awesome work by the boys from Zim.
So brave. Inside their 22.
This might be the wake-up call that Helpmekaar needed. And St. John's showing that.
Wayne Hunda. What a run, young man.
He was going on that outside like a Honda 800cc at least. And we will stick to Honda, but going like a superbike Honda there on the outside.
What a run. And a lot of bravery, you know. It took a lot of guts. And who was that? Was it the fullback that gave the final pass? Because the timing of that pass was fantastic.
We were calling that they might look just to escape out of their 22 there, as we've got the conversion coming by Brain.
7-all. We have a game.
Brain converts the try from right in front, and we've got a ball game. We've got a ball game here. 7 plays 7 here at the first game of the St. John's Festival, and Helpmekaar versus St. John's Harare. Tyrone, I've been very impressed with what I've seen so far from Helpies. I think if they can just stick the phases together and stay disciplined, they could take the upper hand there as the ball's taken in on St. John's 10-yard line.
Sorry, Jan. Helpies' game plan seems to always is about intensity with the forwards, you know, where they try and really bash the opposition schoolboys away. And what I like about the St. John's Harare side is they're not scared to throw it around. So if this game gets close and we've got 10 minutes to go, we could really have an exciting finish. So I'm really hoping that the St. John's boys can just keep on taking the Helpies boys on. Be brave, take them on, don't be afraid.
Bit of aerial ping pong here, Tyrone, after a great box kick by Brain.
You've got David Carey, the fullback, trying to run it back, looks for a little chip. Great little chip by David Carey.
Beautiful work by Carey. Beautiful.
Looks for great little
He's
inside
over
run.
the 10-yard line.
Looks for the final pass in the corner.
And over in the right-hand corner
try.
and making the conversion a lot easier. is number 23, Brandon Keevy. The try scorer. But that was just awesome work by fullback David Carey, Tyrone.
You know, we spoke about David Carey before the game started. You asked me, can he draw? Well, did he answer you?
No, he answered me loudly and clearly there as Helpmekaar regains the lead at the St. John's Festival. The first game, obviously, of the festival. And it looks like the weather gods are starting to look after us a little better as the rain has completely stopped now. Tyrone, even though we had some rain, I mean, this field is in perfect condition.
Wow, it's a magnificent spectacle. You know, you can compare a building like this to even the Union buildings in Pretoria. It's just unbelievable.
Absolutely lovely setting as we've got the fly-off of Helpmekaar, Tristan Oosthuizen, who kicks with the left foot, lining up this conversion. This should be the good side for a left-footed kicker.
Should, yeah, definitely.
Kicked a brilliant conversion of the first try.
Seems to be watching Elton Jantjies a bit. Get in.
Great strike, and it's over. Straight through the middle. What's a kick, Tristan Oosthuizen.
14-7. I think that was Watzel, Johan. You know, Helpies aren't used to someone pushing them like that at the moment. So let's just, the same thing I said earlier. If St. John's Harare can just get in this half and just score next, we can have a really exciting game here. It's the next 5 minutes of vital for them.
We've got the kick-off by McCaw.
Oh, very sneaky.
That's one in these conditions, and as Helpies takes it in,
he's coughed it up again.
And Helpies
knocks it on
again. Ball spilled by Eugene Moritz for Helpies there. And as St. John's Harare looks to regain the possession, still got the advantage of the knock-on. And no advantage there, says the referee. And this is a golden opportunity. Great position for an attacking scrum here for St. John's Harare.
Sorry, Jan. If we look at the backline for St. John's Harare, there are also a couple of massive guys out here. You know, we look at the 13, look at the 14. Who the 13 is? Jeremy Randall. Oh, no, sorry, that's the wrong side. 13 is also Ryan Hunda and Wayne Hunda. We've got the brothers out there, Ryan and Wayne Hunda. They're machines.
Yeah,
let's hope they can get some more ball.
They're big boys, and these boys were obviously brought up when meat was cheap. And there's some big boys in both these sides, and that's the thing about schoolboy rugby these days. They condition like professional athletes, and you're seeing more and more backline players of 90 kgs plus.
It's a proper buy-in from the parents as well. You know, the diets at home, the boys coming to school with 5 meals a day. 5 meals for a schoolboy just at school, and then he goes home and has his supper.
It's a proper professional setup with these schools. All these schools coming to the festivals, they're running real professional setups at school, and I mean, it was started way back. It was pioneered by Grey Bloom, you know, and it
was really
started in the late 80s.
Do you want to tell us something else about Grey Bloom, yeah? Tell me more.
No, you know,
there's a lot to be proud of, but there's a lot to be proud of.
They're coming under some pressure these days, you know, because the gap has definitely sort of diminished in schoolboy rugby.
Definitely.
All the setups are very professional.
Here we go. St. John's on the attack. Big run.
Big carry up there by St. John's Harare. And we've got the Helpmekaar hooker straight in over the ball. Great work by Damian Venter. And he was over that ball very, very quickly.
The number 5 lock for St. John's Harare is Mark Likukuma. And that guy's also a monster carrying the ball up, but unfortunately he wasn't able to place it. And Helpmekaar gained the penalty. Tristan Oosthuizen kicking it out just to the halfway line.
You could immediately see when Venter went over that ball, he wasn't going to be moved. And it was sort of Malcolm Marx esque, you know. And as soon as he got over that ball, there was no way the Harare pack was going to clean him.
We got a lovely view of the line out here just inside Helpie's half.
As we've got Venter feeding, self-same Venter feeding the line out.
Closing the hole there. Looks like the steal by St. John's Harare. Helpies have regathered at the back of the line out. And they go blind.
And a great carry there up by Helpies. You see once again, just the patience. That was Snyman, the captain, with a great carry, but just an unnecessary offload. Quick ball for Helpies.
Tristan Oosthuizen gets it out all the way to David Carey.
Carry through the gap, Carey.
Looks for the inside step. He steps well off his right foot. Gets the offload to Van Deventer.
And now it's Tommy Van Tonder for the corner. He steps off the right foot and comes inside.
Looking to barrel over.
This is a strong man.
Massive run. 2 movements. No, ref. Looking for the blind side. Van Deventer.
And number 23, Brandon Keevy in the corner. Over for his second try. And beautiful work by Helpies. And
Sorry, Frederick van Deventer and Brandon Kiwi. I'm getting you boys mixed up, but Kiwi is all over the show.
As soon as Helpies kept the ball, like we were discussing, they are looking unstoppable.
Unbelievable.
And that's the second try for Brandon Kiwi in this match. And listed in the playing party as number 23. And obviously doing himself huge favours here in the start of the St. John's Festival. Tyrone, a lot of these teams are still using this as trials, and maybe with all due respect to St. John's,
looking to barrel over. This is a strong man.
I know for a fact that Kiwi and 21 who's
looking for the blind side. Van Deventer. Number 23.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Brandon
They really put their hands up in this first game, and they're saying to the coaches, look at me. I'm also part of this first team squad, and I want to play first side. So Helpies are showing their depth, and at the moment showing their class. Because this is wet conditions, and at the moment everything seems to be sticking.
Awesome opportunity for the guys as well, as we see Oosthuizen from the touchline. Not his best effort as it slides off to the left. And we've got Helpmekaar with a 19-7 lead, and they've sort of taken control of this, as we might have expected. The conditions playing a part in maybe delaying that taking of control process, but I do feel that St. John's needs to know.
Another hell of a kick by Dave McCaw. He seems to just be pelting it flat across the field, not really worrying too much about height or.
It's an interesting tactic, but obviously really difficult to field in these conditions. The flatter the ball comes, obviously, the more slippery it is, as we've got Venter with another feed here.
The thing is, St. John's Harare have been struggling quite a bit at the line-out, so at the scrum. So I don't know if you want to be creating too many knock-ons. Lovely line-out. Their line-outs have been strong. They really look disciplined. It's
that's
unfortunate.
Very unfortunate, as the ball spilled forward from McCaw, and offside play by St. John's Harare. And we've got Oosthuizen looking to set up another line out. Helpies has been struggling thus far in the lineouts. Looks like the communication between Venter and his locks at this stage is not great, because they have lost 2 lineouts in a row here, as we've got Venter feeding, and they're going for a back ball.
number 6 seems to be the main lineout jumper for St. John's Harare.
They're looking for the maul here, and it's a beautiful maul. Now they can't sack it anymore, St. John's Harare.
It must come through the middle.
As they peel around the side. And Helpies with
perfectly
a great attacking ball.
Don't do that.
That looks like he fell straight over the top.
It could be a yellow card. He's definitely killing play.
And it was slow ball.
There goes Oosthuizen with another dummy.
Takes it up.
Looks for the offload. And the referee goes back for the penalty.
It's just these little offloads keeping Helpies from gaining momentum. They are just going for these miracle balls in this weather, and I think it should be much better for them just to set up another phase, play a couple of phases close to the rack, create the space on the outside, and as Oosthuizen looks for the corner.
But it's another typical example of first day at a festival. Guys are overexcited. They're running too flat. Guys aren't talking.
Oh, brilliant move for Snyman. Snyman, the captain.
Over the line.
Nobody's going to stop Snyman from that range. We spoke about Mark Snyman, the captain from Helpmekaar.
And I think guys need to also remember that name. Remember that name, Mark Snyman, because for me, he's the real deal, guys.
Yeah, you can write that down.
Well. He's
all
brilliant
the folks
all
watching it, watch this space. Write the name of Mark Snyman down, the captain of Helpmekaar, and just carrying on from where he left off. I know he was not available for Helpmekaar's clash against Affies, and it's one that Helpmekaar had to take on the chin. They were really expecting to win that one, as we see Snyman going over in the corner there. There was no stopping him from that range.
Here comes Oosthuizen again with a conversion from the corner, and this is, like you said earlier, this would be the weak side for the lefties.
Well, he struck the first one from this side incredibly well. His first kick of the match, and let's see what he does with this one.
Rowan. Monitor's not working. This monitor.
And kick unfortunately short there by Oosthuizen, but Helpies slowly but surely gaining control of this match, and We've got the kickoff here again for St. John's Harare with David McGaw.
Seems like Helpmekaar are definitely pulling away now before half time. I think it's imperative St. John's and Harare get some points.
Another flat kickoff by McGaw. Straight through the legs of the Helpies.
It's just Snyman, it seems. Snyman with another great
carry.
run.
Look at this. And this time he decides to keep the ball. Great decision. Very
quick
strict
tap
once
here
again.
from Devon to the referee, pulling him back. Referees love doing this. I do not understand. I don't know if he needs a break or... Because that was definitely from the mark, but you know what?
And there was
absolutely
no influence in that. I have to agree with you. That play should have continued.
Yeah, let the game play.
This time they use the right-footed kicker, and he gains ground up to just inside the 10-meter line of St. John's Harare. And we've got a line out here with Fenter once again looking to feed.
St. John's Harare looking to compete again with number 4, Liam Burnett. Number 8 goes up.
And it's not Eugene Maritz taking the ball there for LPs. And a brilliant pickup by Helpmekaar. Straight through. Offload on the inside. And it's under the post.
Jean-Claude Kruger. Great offload.
Try by Jean-Claude Kruger.
Was a great offload by Leon de Toy. What a run by him through the middle. I don't know who gave him that inside ball. I think it was Oosthuizen in the 10, but wow. Leon de Toy's offload was fantastic. What a great timing of the pass as well.
We discussed it, Tyron, as well. A little bit closer to the ruck, a little bit shorter passes, and straight up the gut.
Everything's sticking.
Straight up the gut they went. Brilliant break here by the number 19, Leon de Toy.
Lovely timing of the pass to Kruger.
And one thing that surely also changed in schoolboy rugby, we had a forward breaking the line there, and as he broke the line, you could see him looking for support and for offload.
And the first man there was a forward, so that's even better.
It's awesome to see the handling of these forwards, and something that perhaps some of the senior sides can have a look at, and just see almost the bravado of the schoolboys playing in this weather and still throwing the pull around.
Also the continuity, and the confidence. Because the guys they're all on the same page, They all know what they're doing. No disrespect to some of our Super 14 sides. I'm a massive Sharks fan, but they talk about playing this expansive game of rugby, but we don't. Sharks don't play an expansive game of rugby. I don't see it. It's just, these schoolboys here, a traditional Afrikaans schoolboy side, who are throwing this ball around in wet weather. They've scored 5 tries before the end of the first half. It's been unbelievable.
Still, Helpies hasn't found an answer to McGaw's kicking off. It seems to be waiting for the deeper, higher kickoff, and he's catching them out with a flat one the whole time as we have.
Fenter giving the ball in the next line out here. St. John's Harare have competed in every line out, but that seems to be skew.
Yeah.
And St. John's Harare for their first attacking position for a while. So let's hope they get some clean ball from the scrum, because these Hunda brothers in the back line really look exciting, and we'd love to see them with the ball in hand.
Tyrone, what Helpies has done very well in this match so far is we see St. John's actually opting for the line out, and they have had the upper end in the line out, so it makes sense. But what Helpies has done very well is they've starved St. John's Harare of the ball.
Oh, it's the overthrow towards the back.
It's always the commentator's curse. Carry out by Snyman again. Snyman is straight through.
Leon de Toy's with him. Snyman, one more pass. De Toy's away.
It's
Oosthuizen outside.
Oh, it's out to Van Deventer. That is beautiful
Fantastic
rugby by
rugby.
Helpies. And over in the left-hand corner is Van Deventer, the reserve scrum half. And he's having a blinder of a match here. Van Deventer and Kiwi, the two subs in the back line, definitely raising their hands and asking some questions of their selectors.
And I'm really sorry for Tristan Oosthuizen, who ran a great support line there with Mark Snyman. And it was a magnificent breakaway through to the 10 and then off to the 9 to finish it off. It's again, everybody seems to be on the same page. Great continuity, and big all credit goes to the coaching at Helpmekaar.
As we see the line out here again, where everything went wrong.
From attacking ball from St. John's Harare, everything went to pieces. Back live here with Tristan Oosthuizen looking to convert. I think this will be 4 out of 6 if he gets it. So he's got 3 out of 5 at the moment.
And it's been two very difficult kicks that he missed.
Has
Good
another
strike.
clean strike. Is it good at distance?
It's
Oh,
just
just
to the left
wide.
of the uprights, as we've got half-time here with Helpmekaar leading St. John's College from Harare by 36 points to 7, and it's a thoroughly deserved lead at half-time. I must say, Tyrone, the first 10 minutes, Helpies was not patient enough and actually conceded a try as well. A beautiful try by St. John's out of their own 22. But as the game grew, Helpies also grew in stature, and they lead the match by 36 points to 7.
Well, I must say, Johan, in the beginning, it looked like St. John's Harare were going to be able to throw the ball around a little bit, but to be quite honest, every single time they've gone to ground, Helpmekaar have been all over them. I think the possession stats, if we have to look at it, are probably about 80-20 at the moment.
Alright, just look at that view. Live here from St. John's College in Johannesburg, and it has to be one of the most beautiful settings of any school rugby field in the country.
Definitely.
And you can also see on the picture, you can see the temporary floodlights up for the tournament, and I've been told that the floodlights are of a superior quality.
Unbelievable.
And we will be having games up to 7 and 7:30 in the evenings here this week. So such an awesome opportunity for the boys at this festival.
Well, I must say, Johan, I remember being a schoolboy coming here for their first.
This hot. You're big. This big. You're fresh. This fresh. And you're dark. This dark. When you're quiet, it's this quiet. You're deep. This deep. And you're busy. This busy. When you live in a place of possibility, when you're driving Africa's growth, you never stop moving forward. Standard Bank, moving forward.
Time's running out, coach. What are we going to do?
Okay, boys, listen, bring that mobile truck and take it behind the poles. There. Now start drilling. Drill.
Spur people with a taste for life.
We need to double our stock order.
Increasing payment limits now.
When you need the bank everywhere you are. Standard Bank, moving forward.
We're back live here at St. John's. Back live at St. John's here with the guys at halftime. Still looks like the Helpies boys having a intense conversation. They're just about to call their huddle there when the St. John's boys looking like they're ready. Coach is having some stern words there. The score is the moment. What's it? I think it's 36 points to 7 to Helpies. Looks like there are a couple of changes made by Helpies. We'll inform you now of the guys that have come on.
Tyrone, we were looking through the history of these schools, and we mentioned Helpmekaar, 96 years old this year. And I mentioned to you before the game the first time, and this is actually the first time I ever knew about the game Helpmekaar was in the Afrikaans books called Trompie, written by Topsy Smith, where old Trompie always had to go and play against Helpmekaar, and that was his yearly nightmare to play against Helpies. And obviously, he always was the hero, but Helpies was just too strong for Trompie and his mates, you know.
Glad.
As I was driving through from Bloem last night, knowing that I was doing this game first up today, it was interesting to recall those memories of Helpies in the books by Topsy Smith. But this is no laughing matter. This is the first game of the St. John's Festival, and St. John's Harare will definitely look to get back in the game. And let's see if they're going to continue with the tactic of their kickoffs in this weather.
Yeah, and I think it's so vital that St. John's Harare score first. They have to score next. If they don't score next, this is going to be messy.
And they changed their kicker for this kickoff, and unfortunately that did not work out. And the kickoff was by Martin Essen, and unfortunately it did not go 10 yards. And Helpies has got the scrum on the middle, in the middle of the field, and this is obviously a great attacking opportunity as we see some replacements coming on for Helpies in the second half.
Looks like number 18 in the front row. There's come on Chris Peterson. He's come on the near side here. Van Deverton's still on, and so is Kiwi. So the backs haven't changed at all with Tommy out there and Francois Scholz on the left wing here. But the pack seems to have one change in the front for sure, and it looks like Fenta might have moved out there as well.
I've been very, very impressed by the special skills of Quistas and his fly off here for Helpies, and he's really been letting his backs fire.
He's mixed it up quite nicely because he's also thrown 2 dummies and carried by himself. So, you know, he has kept them guessing. Oh, unlucky, it's a poor pass, and his worst days, and again, cursing guys.
Talk them up. Some unfortunate incidents have happened, like you said. It wasn't a great pass there to Quistas, but now it's the chance of St. John's Harare. And let's see if we can see the Hunda brothers in action. We've got the number 14, Wayne Hunda, right here in front of us.
And number 13 is Ryan Hunda. Let's hope they can get the ball out the scrum quite quickly here, because I know the tight 5 of Helpies are putting them under massive pressure. So a little quick strike, get the ball out, and let's take them on wide here. Referee resetting the scrum. Dylan Brain, the St. John's scrum off over here, having a bit of a tough time today with Van Deventer, the reserve from Helpmekaar, who's really put his hand up, as Johan and I were saying. It's incredible to see the depth that Helpmekaar is showing today.
As the scrum is happening right in line with us here.
Comes straight out the mouth. The referee free kick to St. John's Harare.
Foot up by Fenta, according to the referee, as Brands takes it quickly.
Takes it up straight. Big carry. Big hit.
Tackle.
Liam van den Berg from Helpmekaar.
Coming around the corner is the number 3 for St. John's Harare. Good carry. Good carry there by Desmond Annandale for St. John's Harare.
Brain looking to get it out. He's looking to call those to come blind. Coming short side.
Offload to Hunda, goes straight over Westhuizen.
Lovely
Beautiful carry by Hunda.
His leg seems to have been hurt. No, he's up and away he goes.
Brendan Kiwi with a great tackle there by Helpies. Now he needs to get to his feet. Great counter-rack by Helpies.
Still, Eason.
Van Deventer. Pass goes in front of Westhuizen. Great pass by Carey as we look in the middle field. Helpies with a great carry.
Ben Clark that's through the middle there with number 8, giving off to Kruger.
And then just a little knock on the ground there by Helpies. And they're once again looking to speed up the game here early in the second half. We're 2 minutes into the second half of the first match of the St. John's Easter Festival. And what a prestigious tournament, and what an amazing setting. And
looks like Jean-Claude Kruger knocked that on there, and he looks to be fuming with himself. You know, the Locks pride themselves with having great hands, but they all muddied up. And for me, it was lovely conditions to play rugby in, especially when it's a little bit damp like this. Sun's not hot, it's not raining anymore, you know, and it's a bit soft when you hit the ground.
Yeah, and I think the guys will have plenty left in the tank as well. You know, nice cool weather as we see Brains, who's going to feed it for St. John's Harare.
There we go. Another massive scrum, the 8th man knocking on at the back of the scrum. Really difficult for the 8th man and the scrum off from St. John's Harare. You know, the scrum is going backwards. You've got to have some real skill to get the ball out and still be able to distribute your backline.
Interesting call there by the referee. For those of you that don't know, in schools rugby, you're only allowed to scrum your opponents a metre and a half.
Yes.
And I think that was borderline.
Borderline, definitely.
But it was a knock on by the number 8 for Harare, Ryan Bush. And Ryan Rush, sorry. And we've got
Van Deventer
feeding now.
Oosthuizen looks like they got something planned here. Back out to Oosthuizen, Scrappy. He's taking it in. He looks to go blind with Ben Clark. Is it Ben Clark? No, it's not. It's Leon de Toy. He's having a blinder since he's come on, old Leon.
Leon de Toy just unfortunately carrying that ball into touch. And it's just these little things sort of costing Alpies some momentum in this match. They're still leading very, very comfortably. And they looked like a real polished outfit.
Leon de Toy seems to have come on for Ben Clark. I don't know if Ben Clark was injured or it was just a half-time sub that we missed. Line out by St. John's Harare. Taking it to the back. Get it in, young man. The referee's going to blow you.
Yeah.
Pinned.
Unfortunately, just taking too long. It seemed like they had the calls mixed up there, St. John's Harare. The locks were ready for it, but the hooker wasn't ready to throw.
Alpi's captain. Actually, Ben Clark is still on the field if he's number 8. Yeah, Ben Clark is on the field. Looks like Mark Snyman might have come off the field. They seem to have been resting the big guns. So, Leon de Toy's coming for Mark Snyman, and Leon de Toy's carrying the ball right now as we speak. Great carry. Van Deventer gets it out. Leon van den Berg now carries it up from Helpmekaar. Van Deventer to Oosthuizen.
Lots of space to the left for Alpies here.
Brandon Kiwi out to David Carey, holds on.
Carey still going.
All the way inside.
Beautiful inside pass to Van Deventer, and he's over.
The Carey Van Deventer show continues.
It's
Fantastic.
lovely work by the fullback, David Carey.
I think that's 3 now that he might have set up. 2 or 3 tries that David Carey set up.
You know, lots of times all the accolades goes to try scorers, but almost like in football in the Premier League, you've got to look at the assists as well. And David Carey has been full of it today. Looks like a special talent, smiling away, enjoying himself, and that's what you want to see from these schoolboys, expressing themselves on the field and really having a great time. And it's at opportunities like these. You know, I've already seen a couple of agents stalking around here, and it's a great opportunity for these guys, and they will be noticed if they play rugby like this.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the amount of schoolboy talent and rugby talent in general that's leaving South Africa at the moment is quite frightening, and we're hoping that Saru can come up with a magic recipe to fix this. But at the moment, it's a massive positive for our boys and for our rugby players. You know, professionalism. It's a job overseas. It's a career.
As we see Oosthuizen coming forward.
Great kick by Oosthuizen straight through the middle.
And another 2 points on the board for Helpmekaar. Tristan Oosthuizen has converted. What has he converted there? 4 out of the 7 tries. And 43 points to 7. 7 tries to 1 at this stage. Help is running away with this game.
6 minutes into the second half here. St. John's Harare kicking off, going deep with McGaw. Great take by Leon Leon's carrying it up. Goes backwards.
Beautiful work here as we get the support now. And it's turned into a maul. Ball's gone to ground, so Helpies will get the feed.
Oosthuizen carries it up. Ben Clark looking for the offload.
Just a little bit overexpensive there.
Eugene Maritz dropping the ball in the middle of the field. An advantage to St. John's Harare. The scrum off, tapping it forward. The boots, unlucky the advantage wasn't played because somehow he was able to tow it through, and he would have been one-on-one with David Carey. Could have been quite exciting to the line.
And we've got a scrummer right in front of the commentators here, and we would expect Alpies to put on a great shove here again on the St. John's Harare ball, but let's see the interpretation of the referee here, Tyrone. Like I said, only allowed to scrum 1.5 meters in schoolboys rugby. So let's see what the interpretation of the referee is.
Let's hope that Ryan Rush can keep the control at the back of the line-outs, and the tight 5 can just squeeze hard early on till the ball's out. The backs look like they're setting up quite deep. Blindside winger, or looks like the centre, is lined up inside the 10. The ball, they're looking to come blind. 8th man. Oh, no, they go open side.
Brains out.
McGaw taking it up the middle.
Great carry there by St. John's Harare as Brains gets it out again.
Looking for the inside
ball, but now it's an advantage to Helpies.
I don't think St. John's Harare have gone through 3 phases the whole game. It shows a side that
beautiful offload by Oosthuizen.
David Carey chips the ball through for his wing.
Good cover work by the St. John's Harare players. And they've got to release. The tackler's got to release
Wayne
there.
Hunda.
and St. John's Harare wins the penalty. The
Ufaro
tackler is just
Chaleka.
going off his feet there for Helpies, and time for a relieving kick now for
Very
St.
brave
John's
work
Harare.
It was very brave work by what's it, Mulara Chaleka.
This ball's not going to be out, and it's taken in by
Francois de Toy gives it to Tommy Westhuizen. Van Deventer to carry out wide.
beautiful
Francois
carry there
Skoltz.
by Francois Skoltz, carrying the ball up for Helpies. Great clean out at the rack, and this will be a good ball. A little bit slow, so they'll have to set it up again.
Tommy
van Tonder on the inside ball there, making good ground over the advantage line.
Westhuizen out to Ben
Long ball to
Clark.
Clark.
One more ball out to the winger.
There's Francois Skoltz for the
Francois
carry.
Skoltz for the
Francois
corner.
Skoltz going.
Cuts inside.
He's
Over. No.
5 yards short.
5 yards
5 yards short to the St. John's Harare try line.
Great cleaning.
Van Deventer gets it out.
Ben
Great
Clark
carry
stopped
by
just
Clark.
short.
Van Deventer once again. And it's
Westhuizen by himself.
Westhuizen is
Oh,
over.
is the referee going
I
to give
think he's
it?
got that down.
I think he has, but it looks too close to call, and looks like the ref's called a knock-on.
Oh, the referee has called the knock-on, but I'm pretty sure that I saw a grounding there.
I
I'd
think
like
he
to
might
see
have
that in
lost
slow
control
motion.
just before he's hit the ground. And I agree with you. I thought there was downward pressure, but I think he's lost control just before he's hit the ground.
Like to see that one in slow motion. But St. John's Harare with a defending scrum now, 5 yards from their own goal line. And with all the pressure that's come on them in the scrum, as we see the replay here now, Westhuizen going for the line. Yeah, that's
like
too
he might
close
have.
to call. But if this was a sevens tournament and the touch judge was right behind the line, I believe that might have been over. But as we
This is
see
a
this
massive scrum for St. John's Harare.
The scrum has been wheeling. The scrum has been wheeling on the tight head side of St. John's Harare this whole match, and it's very important in any situation that your tight head gets that right shoulder up, and especially 5 yards from your own goal line. And the loose head of Helpmekaar, Ignis Meyer, has been having a field day, and he is a solid piece of meat at 100.5 kgs and 186, you know. So he's been having a field day against Desmond Annandale, who's 100 kgs himself.
Big scrum here by St. John's Harare. Got to get that ball out quickly, young men. Eighth man takes it by himself. Go to ground. He gets carried back towards the try line, and Helpmekaar look for the steal. Somehow St. John's have been able to secure it. Box kick down the middle. Good competition by St. John's Harare. Competing against David Carey. He picks it up and offloads for Skoltz.
Big
Massive
hit there on Skoltz. Big tackle
this
there on
is why we
front.
come and watch rugby.
And I must admit, Tyrone, I've been very impressed by Westhuizen at 10 for Helpies. He's really running the show well.
He has controlled it.
After the tackle was made there, he was straight in on the ball as well, and you don't often see that from a fly off. So impressed to see him putting his body on the line. He's not a small chap,
yes.
he's not a small chap at all, but putting his body on the line. There's 81 kgs on the fly off. So
Jeez, he looks a bit bigger than that.
He does. Got Van Deventer feeding a scrum, and I've been impressed by the reserve scrum of Van Deventer as well.
Helpmekaar will definitely be searching for 50 here. This is what they'll be thinking at the scrum here. We've got to go score.
We've got Clark feeding Van Deventer. Van
Westhuizen
Deventer onto
taking it through the middle.
Westhuizen, taking it flat. Now they need a quick ball here as the St. John's
like
line
they might
all
snap
over
line.
the ball.
Big overlap to the right. Carey looking for it. Oh,
This to
David
me is very close to a card. Great attacking position, and then the number 12 falling all over the ball and lying on the wrong side of the rack. But referee, in the spirit of the schoolboy game, lets him get off the hook there. We've got Westhuizen probably looking to just punt it out in the corner. Tyrone, we've seen a couple of good mauls from Helpies, but that was deep in their own territory. So
you think
will
they'll
we
have
see
a
a
crack
maul?
now?
Yeah.
Well, they're going with the short line outs. I see the reserve hookers on the field, Jean Engelbrecht. So they're going to the back, a big tester for him. Lovely throw.
Probably
and,
set it up by the loose forwards now in the
Here we
midfield.
go,
Now they're
looking to
going
go
blind. Quick ball from Deventer slips. Now St. John's boys are all over the ball. Great turnover, St. John's Harare.
St. John's Harare.
The ball gets taken from their hand. Eugene Maritz is over.
Like a thief in the night. Rips it out of his hands. Before, I think the 8th man there was, it wasn't the 8th man, it was number 5, who was Mark Likukuma. I don't think he knew what was going on.
You can see the surprise on Eugene Maritz's face as he went over there. Here we see St. John's Harare. Brain's doing very, very well
6.
and offloading to Chipata. But Chipata, the ball gets taken straight out of Chipata's hands by number 20, Eugene Maritz. As
Helpies look to make a couple of subs here as the scoreboard hits 50 with 15 minutes to go.
Now. And Oosthuizen is going to try and get this score up to 50. And a great performance by Helpmekaar.
Looks like Ryan Viviers, the scrum half, and Jeremy Randall, the 13, the original men written down in the first team. They're looking to come on to get there, get a bit of a run. Great kick by Tristan.
Straight over the crossbar, and 50 up for Helpies here in the first game of the festival. And Helpies lead St. John's Harare by 50 points to 7. And we've still got about 15 minutes to go in this second stanza.
Ruan Viviers running onto the field. Johan, that's the number 9 I told you about. He's got a big future ahead of him, that guy.
I thought
he's a magnificent scrum off.
Van Deventer had a very good game. So as we see the reserve prop from Helpies just kick the ball forward.
And then makes a massive hit.
Picked up by Helpies as we see
Viviers getting the ball out to Oosthuizen. Great little chip through. Actually was quite poor. Great
positioning
idea
by Essen. And the attempted Gary Odom skews off the side of the boot. And as we see Helpies regain the possession.
Janssen van Vuren carrying it up there, giving to Viviers. Viviers now giving it up. Kerry playing 9 for Viviers. Kerry getting it out to Oosthuizen.
Oosthuizen's going to set up some of the big boys here
Massive
in the
hit by
midfield.
Kruger.
Now they need a quick ball. Helpies, and they get
Viviers back in action. Little chip kick for Kerry.
Lots of space
Tommy
here.
Van Tonda.
Great chase by Van Tonda. Van Tonda seems to have some gas to burn there on the outside, and it's unfortunate that we haven't really seen him in a lot of space.
St. John's Harare looking to catch Helpmekaar napping. Take it quickly. They got numbers, and he's going by himself.
Beautiful break on the outside.
Hessen gives a ball, and it goes through the man's hands. Big hits. He's out. And luckily for them, he's out.
Just touch. But it's awesome to see the endeavour from St. John's Harare, not lying down whatsoever.
Also, Helpmekaar looking like they fell asleep a little bit there at the line now, taking things for granted.
It's the second time today that they've been guilty of that. And
the first time St. John's Harare actually scored.
And it might sound like I'm being overcritical, but these are the little things when you're playing the big guns that you have to work on. As we see Oosthuizen feeding on the inside. Wow. Beautiful run.
Jan van den Berg, Kerry, Oosthuizen, numbers out wide, giving it to the Kerry, Van Tonda, over in the corner. Amazing try.
Beautiful work here by Helpies. And
just too easy.
Once again, David Carey with another assist. And
fourth of the day.
I think it's his fourth, but more than that, he could have gone over himself there, Tyrone, if he really wanted to. But he looks to be that he loves creating for his fellow players and no glory boy,
just linking.
He's linking beautifully, and he's setting up players next to him to score the tries. And those are the guys that's sometimes forgotten, especially by people watching the game on the telly, and they want to see the guys scoring tries. But to me, Carey has been Helpies player of the match thus far.
So far, definitely. And
along with Snyman in the first half, and Oosthuizen playing really well.
I see Snyman went off after the half time.
Yeah.
And he stretched his legs, he felt fresh, and off he went. So
I think they're still managing him as well. They know what an important cog in the wheel he is to them. So probably just managing the workload for the captain.
Let's see if Oosthuizen kicks us over from the corner. I know the Helpies boys, they've really been working hard this season on their kicking for poles. They know it is the difference between in the big games, those all 3-pointers. So let's see if he can kick his conversion over from the corner. Looks like he might have sliced that again. Oh, on the left hand upright. 55-7 with 13 minutes to go. St. John's Harare definitely need to try and get another score here. If I were the coaching staff from St. John's Harare, all I'd be asking my boys is to just get their hands on the ball and just keep their hands on the ball for the next 10 minutes. Even if it's the most boring rugby the world has ever seen, just keep their hands on the ball for the next 10 minutes and just do things that they did at
Beautiful
practice.
offload there. as Helpies take the ball in on their own 10-yard line. And cleaning over the ball, but it's ball's very slow. It looks to be turned over by St. John's.
And number 9 playing a loop around the ruck. I don't understand what's happening.
He gets caught with the ball there. Unfortunately, his brains. And he's being held up. And look at Westhuizen right in the middle there.
As well as John Engelbrecht in there. A massive number 16. How much is that number 16
There's
weighing?
not a chance that the ball's going to get out there, or is there? John Engelbrecht, a 90 kg boy. But
I struggle to see that.
I think John Engelbrecht he looks like he's had a few more stakes than that 90 kgs. That boy is really big.
It looks like some of these boys' weights were done last year when they were still in grade 11. But there's a couple of massive boys colliding out there still. And it's good to see the St. John's Harare boys still making their hits and trying to get their hands on the ball. But then got to go to ground, especially against a bigger pack.
Yeah, I think Dylan Brains was just caught in possession there, and unfortunately it was for St. John's. It was their little scrum half that was caught in possession by Westhuizen first, and then
so what do you think,
with the help of Engelbrecht?
Do you think Helpies are going to have a run from here? They're going to have a crack?
I'm sure they're going to have a crack. If I'd watch the blind. I think Van Tonder might be in action. No, they're going to the open
Carey's
side.
Joining the line.
Beautiful angle set up in the midfield.
Randall looks to go offload.
Brilliant offload to Vivian to Westhuizen.
Oh,
the referee spots a forward pass. Forward pass there. Interesting to see Helpies, some of the old boys, Thijs Burger and Gert Peens. Gert Peens, of course, played for Italy in 1997-98, and Thijs Burger, the old Springbok from 1981 to 1984, old boys from Helpmekaar. And then
scrum here, lads. St. John's Harare just inside their 10-meter line. Another massive scrum by Helpmekaar, putting them under pressure. They're looking to go blind.
Brains with a chip through.
Stay in field, please. Well done.
Beautiful kick.
Bouncing into the hands of the fullback.
Essen.
8th man looking for the offload.
Great offload. Beautiful rugby by St. John's Harare. They're putting the Helpmekaar a line under siege here, and they need quick ball. And the Helpies guys not releasing in the tackle.
Look like St. John's Harare want to take it quickly.
Brains with the ball in hand. He's looking to speed up play.
They want to go for the corner.
He's been full of endeavour this whole match, says Dylan Brains. And
looks like Hessen's kicking for the corner here. They look to slow it down. They better hope they're going to win this line out.
Marcin Essen to kick the ball. Only's kicked the ball straight out on the full. Can you believe that?
No, the line out. I understand. The linesman's got his flag up, and it looks like the referees decided to listen to the Helpmekaar players, and he's kicked it out on the full now. A scrum to Helpmekaar.
And the guys from Helpies has actually taken the option of the 22. And Westhuizen with the ball in hand, and he plays it to Carey. Carey playing it quickly. Beautiful work, but then throws a wild speculative pass out straight into touch. As St. John's Harare at last is putting some pressure on these Helpies boys. And let's see what the boys from Harare can do in this line-out.
The rest of the Helpmekaar boys don't seem to be too happy with Carey with that decision. Helpmekaar, St. John's boy.
Pofu with a feed here. Pofu with the feed here for St. John's Harare. Beautiful take in the middle of the line out. They're looking to get the drive on, but unfortunately the players lost his footing there.
Brains is the back of the ball. Straight to the 12, looking for the little chip, straight to Carey.
Beautiful work by David Carey.
I think he's
truly impressed, and he takes it quickly.
Off he goes.
Carey goes to Westhuizen. Westhuizen with a beautiful offload as well, but then ball knocked on.
Looks like Snyman's back on the field, number 6.
I'm not sure whether we can still see the number 7 of Helpmekaar, Liam van der
Jeremy
Berg.
Randall coming on at 13 and an explosive run with his first touch, and looks like he was trying to get his hands on the ball there along with Francois Janssen van Vieren.
And it does look like we've got Snyman back on the field for Helpmekaar. The inspirational captain, of course, playing for the SA Academy school side last year in
Attacking
2016.
scrum by St. John's. Harare, another
Better
quick
scrum.
take.
Better scrum by St.
Advantage,
John's
Mr.
Harare.
Referee. Advantage. And
Quickly
quick take.
taken. Coming to the right-hand side is St. John's Harare. Oh, and it's a
lined up
thumping
and a
tackle.
massive hit.
But that was the good
Francois
old
Janssen van
hospital
Vuren.
pass. Hospital
Janssen
pass
van
thrown
Vuren makes
there.
a massive hit.
Yeah, and that was but he was set up. He was set up for that by his partner there, and he got duly thumped in that tackle.
Monstered, as they would say.
And he did well, the number 12 from St. John's Harare, to
The
get
eighth
back to
man
his feet.
and the 8th man himself feeling it as well.
As we've got about 6 or 7 minutes to go in this first clash of the 2017 St. John's Festival. And we've got
Helpies look like they're
Helpies
setting
leading.
up all the way to the right, although I think Kiwi's going off.
Brilliant game by the number 23, Brandon Kiwi. And good scrum, and they get the left shoulder and they come down the blind side.
Blind side. Mark Snyman running up, looking for Viviers on the inside.
Beautiful
Viviers
offload.
for the line, back to Snyman.
Quality, quality, quality.
Scholz.
What a quality player,
Francois
Mark
Scholz in the
Snyman.
corner.
Snyman just coming back onto the field and creating a havoc just as he came back.
Showing his versatility because he set up at 8 man there at the scrum. It looks like Ben Clark's come off.
And you could see that was a training ground move from the scrum. As they set up the scrum with a good shoulder and then created space on the blind hand side.
And it looks like Ben Clark's actually still on the field. So he must have set up at 6 and Mark Snyman set up at 8.
It was lovely work by Helpies, and we'd love to see that move from the scrum again. Definitely rehearsed on the training ground, and it's awesome when those moves come off. As we see that ball going to Snyman. Goes through the
Great
gap.
speed.
What a lovely runner for a flanker. Plays it on the inside and then stays on the outside shoulder. Fends off one tackler and just plays the ball.
Scholz over in the corner.
And Scholz won't score many easier tries than that in his career. And,
Right, Oosthuizen now with, how many do you think? He's missed about 5, I would
with
say.
all the tries being scored, Oosthuizen hasn't had many easy kicks today.
No.
And it's not a great day for kicking. The ball's not carrying that far. It's damp, it's cold. And these kicks from the side of the field are becoming more and more difficult.
It's a great
It's a
kick,
good
great
strike.
Just down the left-hand side. Just shave the left, a little bit of a fade from the golfing term.
Is not missing it by much at this stage, as we see Oosthuizen leaving the field after a stellar performance with ball in hand. And he might have wanted to kick a few more conversions, but a stellar
like
performance with ball in hand.
I wonder who's come on. Tristan Fenter might be the only guy that hasn't been on the field.
As we see the kickoff from St. John's Harare, unfortunately another mistake by the boys from Zim. Going straight out into touch, and something they can ill afford, as we see the referee bringing them to the side of the field.
It looks like Kiwi's gone to 10, with Janssen van Vuren at 12 and Randall at 13. From the St. John's Harare side, it looks like they just lined up nice and flat now with the Hunde brothers out wide. They're trying to stop the attack that's coming because Helpmekaar have set up nice and wide on the right.
As we can see the setup of the scrum here. This time it looks like Snyman is setting up on the open side. And we've got
Chris Peterson at 8 man. Number 18, is that right? Looks like it. Chris Peterson now gone to 8th man.
and we've got Snyman setting up at an open sider. And what a balanced runner for a flanker. I mean, the guy just goes through the gaps, and his support players absolutely
Leon van der Berg on the near side over here.
As we've got Ruan Vivier feeding it, so he takes a quick tap from the free kick. Vivier to Kiwi. What an inside ball. Beautifully held on to by Van Vuren. And he's working hard with the legs and going to ground.
on the left, but they decide they're going to go right. Kiwi.
Kiwi knocks it on, unfortunately. Not the greatest of passes. Just a little. Oh, the referee says play on. The referee seems to have missed that one. And Vivier. We have a quick ball.
Great hands by Kerry.
Kerry again, and a beautiful offload.
Lovely offload.
Peterson to the corner.
What
and
pace.
we just spoke about him packing down an
What
8th man,
pace for 8th
Peterson.
man.
And
is that number 5 or number 6 from Kerry now with regards to the last pass?
I think it must be number 6. And
unbelievable.
Chris Peterson. He's listed on the team sheets as a prop as Chris Peterson, but definitely packing down an 8th man at this stage, and beautiful try on the right-hand corner.
Amazing pace by Chris Peterson.
And as we see there, once again, David Carey with a no-looker, and Peterson opening up into the corner, and he's over. Gas to burn there by the number 18, Chris Peterson.
I worry about things like that though, Johan. You know, David Carey's running down the corner. He's given off 5 or 6 offloads, and all of a sudden we must try and get fancy with a simple 2-on-1. And you know, we talk about those games against Affies where they lose by a couple of points. Those things like that aren't needed. You know, simple 2-on-1, draw and pass.
And the referee blows the final whistle.
And I'm just being critical, yeah. 65-7 to Helpmekaar.
65 points to 7, the final score. Helpmekaar from Johannesburg over St. John's Harare from our neighbours Zimbabwe. And I've got to give credit to St. John's Harare. They never stopped trying, but they unfortunately were woefully outgunned today.
You know, I think it was a simple case of the 2 packs. The Helpmekaar pack simply dominating the St. John's Harare pack, because I think we saw the Hunda brothers touch the ball twice. And once the one Hunda brother ran an 80-meter try in, so I don't think he touched the ball again.
Yeah, I think the St. John's Harare pack was just totally outgunned, especially at scrum time. They more than kept their own at line-out time though.
Definitely.
And that's definitely something that Helpies would have to go back to the drawing board before they play someone like Paul Ruiz later on in the tournament, and also playing Nelspruit. So they will have to go back to the drawing board on a few things, but an utterly great performance in the end, beating St. John's Harare by 65 points to 7.
So if you've got family and friends in other parts of the world and you want to let them pop in and watch your son or friend play, Don't forget to visit Sky